So we've already looked at rotating about the x-axis, we've already looked at rotating about the y-axis. So for this segment, we're going to be looking at rotating about other lines. And so for this problem alone, we're looking at the same region, so the region bound between y equals x and x squared, and we're going to be looking at the setup for each of these, about the y equals 2 line, x equals -1 line, and y equals -2 line. And we're just going to look at the setup alone. So we've already seen this region before. In fact, we have the y equals x line, which is a linear function through the origin, and then we have the y equals x squared function, which is that parabola shape. And so this is the region that we're referring to. And so just getting those coordinates of where they meet, so at the origin of 0, 0, and they also meet at the coordinate of 1, 1. And so let's first look at the case of y equals 2 line. So for the y equals 2 line, y equals 2 is a horizontal line, and in this case it's above the curve. So if I kind of sketch that in green, this is the axis of rotation. Since it's horizontal, like the x-axis, anytime you're doing horizontal lines of rotation, it's going to be with respect to x then. So in the back of our mind, it's dx, which our bounds are going to be x values, and in this case they're the same. So the bounds are going to be from 0 to 1, and we know it's going to be dx on the tail end. But when we rotate this, which is above the curve here, or above the region, we're going to get some shape, that kind of pretty big gap here, but it looks something like this-ish, where it's going to be solid kind of around the figure, but notice it's hollow all the way through. And remember, anytime it's hollow or you have that indentation, the setup is definitely going to be a washer here. So we're going to have big R squared minus little r squared. The definition of radius, remember radius is really the distance from the axis of rotation to the region itself. And so if I talk about bigger radius here, if I draw that distance, the bigger radius is going to be, again, from the axis of rotation to the original region, so where the original region was. And notice it's dependent upon, looks like that outer function here, which ends up being this x squared function. But if I were to describe that distance, which is top minus bottom, that distance here, that vertical distance, if I did top minus bottom, would be represented as the y equals 2 line minus, looks like that x squared function. And so the bigger radius ends up being the y equals 2 line minus x squared. That's the top minus the bottom part. And then the inner radius, it looks like, is going to be, again, that distance from the y equals 2 line to, in this case, the other function, so the y equals x line. And so the smaller radius is going to be, top minus bottom would be the y equals 2 line minus the x function itself. And so the setup would be 0 to 1 pi, sub in my bigger radius squared minus my smaller radius squared. And remember, we're just going to be worrying about the setup here. But after you get the setup, you factor out pi. If you had to work this out by hand, I would FOIL that out, collect like terms, and essentially it's just going to be reverse power rule when you apply FTC Part 2. But that would be the setup for the y equals 2 line. So let's take a look at the next part, which was part B, which is about the x equals -1 line. So if I rotate about the x equals -1 line, which in this case is to the left of the region, notice it's a vertical line. And anytime it's vertical, which is like the y-axis, we're going to be doing things with respect to y. So we're going to be taking the y values here, which ends up being the same coordinates as the x values anyways. When you rotate this, I'm going to try to get a good sketch of this here. You'll see that we get kind of the same image as the previous example. It's just sitting upright along the x-axis there. So it ends up being a giant gap again because it's a hollow inside. So the setup is still going to be a washer technique. So pi r squared minus pi r squared. But in this case, it's going to be dy. My bounds are 0 to 1, so we just have to figure out how to represent the radius here. So remember, radius is the distance from the axis of rotation to the region. And so the bigger distance is going to be, looks like the relationship to the x equals -1 line to the outer part of the function, which in this case is the x squared function. Remember, when you're doing horizontal distance, it's right minus left. And we also want to think of these functions in terms of y, not in terms of x. And so remember, the original functions was y equals x squared and y equals x. So in this case, since we're doing things with respect to y, dy, we want to look at the y equals x squared as x equals the square root of y. So there's one equation, and then the other one as x equals y. And so the bigger radius here in the setup would be that horizontal distance, right minus left. So in this case, it's going to be, looks like the square root of y minus the -1 line. So the bigger radius would be square root of y minus the -1 line. And then the smaller radius would then be that horizontal distance to the inner part of the function, which looks like the x equals y line. So it's going to be y minus the -1 line there. And so y minus a -1, which you can change to y plus 1 inside the parentheses. So the setup would be from 0 to 1 pi, and it'd be square root of y plus 1 squared minus pi, and then y plus 1 squared in parentheses. If you had to fully work this out, again, you could factor out a pi. I would FOIL that out, FOIL this out. You can still end up using the reverse power rule with these terms when you expand and collect like terms. But this would be the setup for rotating about the x equals -1 line. So for the last one, same region again, but now we're rotating below the region. And so in this case, it's the y equals -2 line. And so again, I can try to get a rough sketch of what this looks like. We have it way down here with that region. And so we get that, again, kind of similar shape to what we've seen before with the y equals 2 line, but now it's below. So notice, since it's horizontal, then you're going to be doing things with respect to x. So it's going to be 0 to 1, and it's going to be dx. And since there's a big gap again, we're going to use big R squared minus little r squared as our setup. And so we just have to figure out the representations for the radiuses here. And so remember, radius is distance from the axis of rotation to the original region. And so in this case, it's going to be this greater distance. And it looks like it's going to be the distance from the y equals x line to the y equals -2 line. And so remember, when you're doing vertical distance, we do top minus bottom here. And so the bigger radius looks like it's going to be, looks like the y equals x line minus the -2 line. And so you can write that as x plus 2. And then the smaller radius is going to be the distance from the x squared function to the -2 line. So the smaller radius is going to be x squared minus the -2 line. And so the setup overall, 0 to 1 pi, x plus 2 squared minus pi, and then we have x squared plus 2 in parentheses squared. So again, if you work this out by hand, we'd factor out a pi, FOIL terms, and it ends up being just a nice reverse power rule for you to work out. But this would be the setup for y equals -2 line. There is some group work out there if you wanted to check it out on your own. You can look on the module, but it's kind of going over the same region, and what you're going to be doing is looking at a variety of setups. It is worth checking out at least the key on how to set up each integral, because after the setup, it should be just review of evaluating using FTC Part 2. So check out that group work because it goes over, I think the front page is all horizontal rotation, so you're going to be doing things with respect to x. And then on the back page, you're doing all vertical rotations, so with respect to y on the back page. So don't forget to change your equations in terms of y. So check out the group work if you want, totally up to you, but the homework should be posted on the home page for you to check out and practice on your own.